The camera fades in on a dusty trail stretching to the horizon, the kind that calls out to riders who live for freedom beyond the pavement. The 2026 Yamaha XT 500 sits at the edge of the path, its silhouette unmistakably classic yet sharpened with modern engineering. Today, we explore a legend reborn. This is Yamaha's tribute to one of the most iconic enduros ever built, a machine that blends old-school spirit with new-school capability. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the new XT 500 has become one of the most talked-about dual-sport bikes of the year. We start with the engine, because that's where the legacy lives. Yamaha returns to the soul of the original with a single-cylinder configuration, but it's been modernized into a 492cc liquid-cooled sock thumper that produces around 37 horsepower and 42 Nm of torque. Those numbers may not sound massive in a world of 100 horsepower adventure bikes, but that's not what the XT 500 has ever been about. It's about tractability, reliability, and character. This engine has a gentle bottom end push, a broad mid-range, and just enough top end to keep pace on the highway. The tuning prioritizes usable torque over raw aggression, allowing riders to tackle trails, gravel roads, and rocky climbs without ever feeling out of control. And Yamaha's engineers worked hard to reduce vibrations using a redesigned balancer system, giving the 2026 XT 500 a much smoother ride compared to the classic model while keeping the signature thump intact. Moving to the chassis, Yamaha maintains a light-weight dual-sport philosophy. The bike weighs in at around 148 kg wet, making it one of the easiest dual sports to handle in mixed terrain. Its steel cradle frame stays true to the original's design but benefits from 2026 metallurgy, improved rigidity, and optimized geometry. It delivers the kind of intuitive steering that makes the bike feel like an extension of your body, especially in tight off-road sections. Up front, a 43 mm long travel fork offers 230 mm of travel, while the rear monoshock delivers 210 mm. Yamaha carefully tuned the suspension for versatility, as soft enough to absorb rocks and ruts, firm enough to maintain stability at higher speeds. For riders wondering if this is a hardcore enduro or a comfortable dual sport, Yamaha positioned it squarely in the middle, accessible, forgiving, yet capable. As we come around to the braking system, the XT 500 features a 280 mm front disc with a twin-piston caliper and a 245 mm rear disc. What truly sets the bike apart is the dual-mode ABS. On-road ABS ensures stability under emergency stops, while off-road mode relaxes the intervention levels to allow slides, skids, and controlled rear-wheel lockups, giving riders the freedom they need on loose surfaces. This setup respects the nostalgic charm of the original XT, which famously lacked modern electronics, but it still ensures safety and compliance with modern regulations. Now let's talk design, because Yamaha's approach here is a masterclass in blending the past with the present. The circular LED headlight has been crafted with a vintage look, surrounded by a minimalist metal housing that nods directly to the 1976 model. The fuel tank features the classic XT silhouette but enlarged to 13 liters and sculpted with subtle modern creases. Yamaha resurrected the iconic black and white paint scheme with retro striping, while also offering a stealthy matte earth tone edition and a bold rally-inspired red option. The seat remains long and flat, perfect for shifting weight off-road, and wrapped in a grippy material designed for wet, muddy conditions. Every detail from the exposed rear fender to the high-mounted exhaust feels purpose-built yet nostalgic. This is a bike that turns heads not because it's flashy, but because it's timeless. Electronics on the 2026 XT 500 take a minimalist approach, staying true to the rugged simplicity of the original. The bike uses a compact LCD display that shows speed, gear position, fuel level, and trip info without overwhelming the rider with unnecessary features. There's no traction control, no ride modes, no complicated navigation software. Yamaha made a deliberate choice to keep this bike analog in its riding feel, even while updating it with modern reliability and emissions technology. Riders who appreciate simplicity will feel right at home, and even beginners will find the XT 500 refreshingly easy to operate. Now picture yourself on a trail of dust swirling behind you, engine humming with that unmistakable thump, the bike responding to every input with honesty and precision. That's where the XT 500 truly shines. On-road performance is adequate for daily commuting and weekend rides, comfortably cruising around 100 km/h. But off-road, the motorcycle comes alive, making the most of its light-weight frame and smooth torque delivery. Whether carving through forest paths, climbing rocky hills, or coasting along open desert, the XT gives riders confidence without demanding expert skill. Yamaha calls it a purist dual sport, because it offers the kind of raw, mechanical connection modern adventure bikes often lack. Durability is another area where Yamaha put serious effort. The radiator is protected by reinforced guards, the skid plate is steel rather than plastic, and the handguards come standard. Even the switchgear uses rubberized sealing to protect against mud and water. This is a bike built to be dropped, scratched, washed, and ridden again. Yamaha knows XT riders aren't buying a show piece, they're buying a partner for real-world exploration. We also can't ignore fuel efficiency. Thanks to its modern fuel-injected engine, the 2026 XT500 can achieve around 32 km/L depending on riding conditions, giving riders excellent range without needing oversized tanks or auxiliary fuel systems. For long-distance adventure riders, this efficiency could be a deciding factor. As for the price, Yamaha positions the 2026 XT500 competitively at around $6,999, making it one of the most affordable retro dual sports on the market. This strategic pricing makes the bike accessible to entry-level riders while also appealing to seasoned enthusiasts who want a second, lighter machine. And considering the combination of heritage styling, modern reliability, and off-road capability, the XT500 delivers exceptional value. Now let's talk about what truly sets this bike apart and its unique selling points. First, the nostalgia factor. This is more than a motorcycle, it's a revival of one of Yamaha's most beloved icons. Second, the minimalist, analog riding experience is something rare in today's electronics-heavy world. For riders who want pure motorcycling without digital distractions, the XT500 stands almost alone in the 2026 lineup. Third, its versatility is unmatched. Light enough for trails, compliant enough for commuting, and stylish enough to park anywhere with pride. And finally, its reliability. Yamaha engineered this bike with long-term ownership in mind, using simple mechanical components known for durability, making it ideal for remote travel and harsh terrain. As the video fades toward its end, the XT500 is shown carving through dirt roads, kicking up gravel, and cruising through city streets. It's the kind of motorcycle that reminds us why we started riding in the first place: of freedom, simplicity, and adventure. The 2026 Yamaha XT500 honors its heritage without being trapped by it. It is rugged, charming, capable, and accessible. Whether you're a new rider searching for your fierce real dual sport or a veteran who wants a machine with soul, the XT500 promises an experience that feels both familiar and fresh. And as the engine settles into its steady thump, you realize this isn't just Yamaha reviving a classic. This is Yamaha reminding the world that motorcycles don't need to be complicated to be extraordinary. This is the rebirth of a legend, ready to write a whole new chapter in its enduring story.